Okay. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. All right. Hello, everyone. Oops. Lewis, the team critique has been the same every single time. Join the Discord, post in the team critique channel, and good to go. That has always been where I get it. And so many people post peaks runs, I can't watch them all. All right. So, because tomorrow is a collection event, hey Thirst Quencher, I'll believe it when I see it. Hi Cartavia. First 7 stars Medusa. Not a great one, not a terrible one. I'm starting to use up all my flags, by the way. I'm going nowhere quick on my fusing. I'm completely out of gold souls and I can't fuse any more 5 and 6 stars. So I'm struggling a bit with shards. I'm gonna have to go like absolutely nuts on all of my shards to fuse anything at this point. It's kind of sad, actually. T1 Phoenix or 10-star Valkyrie? Make the Valkyrie, because T1 Phoenix isn't going to gain as much as Valkyrie is going to gain at 10-star. Alright, let me... I don't know what I'm going to do with fusing. I really, really don't know what I'm going to do. I probably am just going to suffer a lot. Hi, Brian. Liquid, Panda. Liquid, you got to stop flexing. After your key pulls and... He's had 3 Themis already. Well, I'm glad you're so gullible. It means that you can be told some very interesting things and you'll believe them, apparently. Alright, shall we start? Hi, Kimara. It's bold? Yeah, well, Themis isn't out yet, so it's very difficult for anybody to have her. She has not been added to the game, so I'm sorry you are so gullible. Oh yeah, let's do that timer thing. Let me figure out how to do that. Hi, endgame. Oops. Where the heck is it? It is this one. Oh, Man. I swear. I swear. Hold on. It's not working entirely right. Hi, Jorge. Okay. So 300 set. Okay. Hi Qatar, hi political, hi Proyecto. Alright, so we will start with endgame. Let me get it all loaded. NDG, this is to stop getting me so distracted. Jorge, don't use Bale before 10 and before Scold. So this is so that I can get through teams at a relatively quick pace and not get horribly distracted and end up spending 20 minutes on one team and everything. So let me minimize all my stuff so that I can... God dang it. So that I can actually see it.
Where'd you put the tofu chips?
Tofu chips? They should be like right next to your computer actually, with a clip on them. I have a whole ton of windows open and I need to close them all. One sec. Where the heck did it go? Oh, here it is. Alright, so I don't really need my Taptap. Don't really need this. Don't really need this. Okay, there we go. Ashes from upgrading artifacts. They are what you need to upgrade your own artifacts. So you use those and you use those among other small... If you use a purple artifact, it's the same thing as using like dust. As like 10 dust or whatever it is. I am so pulled in so many directions right now, I don't know what your request is. I really don't know what it is. I always end up doing maybe like 30-ish people. Did I see who's in up chest? I did not. Who's in up chest? Walnir. Yes. Yes, we knew Walnir was in up chest. 60 teams today? I don't know. We'll get through as many as we can. So, I refuse. I'm going to leave this PSA here so that when somebody asks and it refuses to read it, I can make it big and then block the whole screen and then nobody gets to see anything. That's my goal. So if you... Oops. If somebody chooses to ask what this means instead of anything, I'm just going to make this big and then everything slows down and that person is the reason that you are slow. So that's my new rule. Slowly a little bit bigger. Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's do that. So it'll just keep growing over and over and over. Okay, We'll go with that. Okay. Hey, Brian, everything's fine. So, this is the first team. This is endgame, and let's start. Ah, dang. Hi, Ryan. Look, on just because you're addicted, just because you are obsessed with Themis doesn't mean I'm gonna put her everywhere. If you want to look at her, put her on your own screen. Okay, so first of all, using Aegina for Aura here over Skuld is not a terrible idea because honestly, 9-star Skuld does nothing for this team. She's weak, she would be the first one to die anyway, so this is fine. Monkey King vs. Phoenix is kind of a tough choice because Phoenix is T4, but Monkey King also isn't going to be as amazing outside of tank. So you have the option to put Monkey King as the sub-tank in the back if you find that your back dies a lot, which I kind of think it does in this team. So I would say yes, use Phoenix as tank and throw Monkey King in this position so that he can protect your backline a little bit. Okay, on. Because you want me to hide Olivia, this is what we do. Your Monkey King does very little in the front either. I feel like he's going to be a weaker... well, if this is working for you, I guess do it. But Monkey King is one of those tough people that if he's not tanking, he's not that useful anyway. But he's not going to be the greatest tank for you in this position. Well, okay. If this is working for you, then I'd say put Mars in the back. Put at least somebody that's durable in the back so that they can help when somebody kills your entire backline and then they just hit you in the front. I imagine your backline would die after like one Valkyrie skill, so probably better to put Mars in the back just to try and survive that. 6 Phoenixes? Well, 4 Phoenixes did terrible apparently, so 6 probably wouldn't be much better. Valkyrie, yeah, Valkyrie in the front is fine. It actually doesn't matter who is in this third position. Just put someone other than... Oh, and I ran out of time. Well, that was fast. Alright, so as a unity, I'd say that this is a average unity, but you made Mars, and Mars is not that great. So I'm going to say like 6.5 maybe. I think it's worse than a standard unity because you've got Mars and you've got a Monkey King that is really not as useful as he should be. I'm going to make it 4 minutes. How do I make it 4 minutes? Endgame Mars is not good though. Mars, you are going to do terrible with this Mars. Is that what you had last time? Like, Mars does no damage. So you actually have no damage with this team. Hey, Chaos Nuker. So that's... I'd say by where the team is as it is, it's not going to beat standard unity. And Kaveh, basically that. It doesn't matter endgame. Mars is bad. He's just very bad. Ollie, a lot of people already have done it. Alright, so let's go to the next person. Control is never going to help you. You can stun his Detlef 1 turn, and stop him, and then because that's all you've got, Detlef's just going to come back and kill you. You don't have anything. Alright, whoops. These went to the wrong window. Mars will not save you at all from anything. Seriously. Detlef or Aegina? Definitely Aegina. Okay. Lorelei. This is basically standard Unity. Endgame, I've used Mars. Most fights don't last long enough to make him get powerful enough to matter. His damage is always low. T4 battles end very quickly. Okay, you'll get Scold next event. Probably 2 Scolds. Do you have enough? No. Dang, that's a lot of Lorelei. Dang, that's no Dro at all. Position, I'd probably put... I'd probably swap Scold and Freya. That's the only thing. Only because the third front spot is usually the safest, so you want to put somebody there that's a little bit squishier. By putting Scold there, you ensure that she is not the first one to die and use up her own revive every single time. Or you hope that that's the case, at least. So that's probably it. Lorelei T4 is okay. Dro is better. Smasher, you should get Star Shards. Swap Valk with Lorelei? I don't think that matters. The Valkyrie is probably tougher than the Lorelei, because this Lorelei is very underleveled. So Agam, yes, Vivienne can be fodder. So this is a standard 7.5. It's not... The timer is so that I don't end up spending 20 minutes on one person. Valkyrie also survives well. Especially with the T3 talent of dropping to 30%. I've had times where she gets hit, drops to 30%, and then Detlef fires his skill and does 1 damage to her. And that can be a game saver too. So yeah, she survives just fine. She's good as a sub tank. If this Lorelei was max level, Qatar, a 10 is basically when you've gone off Ara, basically. When you've got a perfect team. Where this is a solid team, but it loses to double Phoenix teams. Pretty reliably. Shoot is not a good T4. And yeah, like only 2 or 3 people have gotten a 10 score because they've had this 7.5 is basically the best you can do with Unity. Hi, Mine. You can't go higher because anything higher needs more Phoenixes. This has... Unity has a very hard limit. Alright, next is Sun. I do not hit Boomin every day. Why would I do that? Only 1 picture? Oh no. 1 Scold, okay. Well, I don't know what you look like, so you can't get bonus points for that. Really? Honestly, my own team would get like a 7.5. Maybe an 8 because I have the top heroes. Okay, this team... Why do you have Grand? Why are you using this? Why are you using this Ultima not in front position? Why are you using Khalil in the back? You spent everything on Freya. Yeah, you foddered your whole team for Freya and only got her to T2. Anthony, no, not worth it. So this team, oh my god. So you're wasting 3 spots, basically. And your other 3 are not strong enough to carry the rest of the team. You probably should level up this Lorelei. She's certainly better than everything else you're using. Is that T3? Oh, it is T3. Aiden is not that good. So this team is like a 3, maybe? Smasher, come on! Everybody's posting in order. It's first come, first serve. You can't come late and say, rate mine now. This is 2.5. No, you know what? It's not a 2.5, because he has a Freya. Freya's not trash. Hey, Tasio. We'll give him a 3. 5? No, this can't be a 5. He's got Grand. And this. Alright, we'll give him a 4. Give him a 4. Freya is better than Monkey King in most situations. He broke down his team, but he had this Grand already. He was using Grand before he went past 10 stars, so... I don't know how you improve, actually. I don't. Work on Lorelei. That's pretty much it. I'm not taking any team questions in chat. On Team Critique days, it's only the first 40 or so people to post in the channel. Buy Verthandi copies. And work on Lorelei. And that's about the best you can do. Until you start putting the rest of the team together, this team is basically 2 people. It's basically Phoenix and Freya, because Medusa is useless here, so... You've got a 2-man team at T3, and that's not that great, so you get a 4. Alright, time's up. So this is Patton. Amelia, stop. That's it? One picture? Yeah, one picture. Anybody that doesn't have a heaven should be making Verthandi. 1 copy for Shude. Amelia, what? Okay, hold on. Amelia, what do you want? And then she left. Why? What a weird cat. What a weird cat. Alright, so Hester for... So this is the point that people need to be, is if they can't get a good heaven, then you gotta use Verthandi. And Verthandi is great as a tank, but That's all about all you can do with her. She's not good outside of tank. On the database, doc file has everybody. It should even have Hester. So Hester for Shude is actually not a great choice because Shude is not that amazing past 10 stars. Luna is a poor choice. But you did make Freya the first T4 and that's solid. It kind of sucks that your Valkyrie is so low. So your priority here... Honestly, the priority should be Phoenix. Is go crazy for Phoenix. Neve, depends how many star shards you have. I wouldn't say everybody lacks in heaven. People should have been pulling all their miracle eyes in heaven and hell all this time. Roman, you can submit, but I don't know. I don't know where you're going. I don't know if you'll get pulled today. So as a team, this is just slightly below good unity. But you do have a good Freya, but you have a bad Hester. Luna and Freya has star shards. 6? 6.5, I think. 7, maybe 6.5. Let's say. I mean, this is a solid unity team minus Hester. His priority, it can't be 5.5. It's better than that. He's got Freya, and he built a really good tank. 6.5 seems solid. It's not a terrible team. It's just... Actually, it's not a bad team at all, minus Hester. And if Hester is getting converted, then he's got potential. But again, Hester is not going to be that great of a choice for you. So for people that haven't already made Shude, you probably shouldn't make Shude. You're right. He did make Luna. You're right. No, Verthandi is great in this position. For anybody that struggles with heaven, which is most people, Verthandi is as good as you get. So, we'll give him a 6. Freya first T4 is, yes, Freya is a good first T4. Not the best one, but solid enough. She will do tons of damage. Alright, next is Ernest. Mars is for if you already have a tank. He doesn't have a tank. Chong, it has... Oops. It has always been to start at start time. Alright, 2 Lorelei. Alright, so he's got unity with Centaur, Olivia. You've got 2 Drows. Mars should not be food. Mars is great on B team. He's got Freya. Alright, so you've got 3 Loreleis, so probably 3 Lorelei is better than this Centaur. An 8-star Drow would replace Olivia to go off Ara, and it's definitely better, because Olivia is not that good. But that's a lot of elf fodder that you don't have, so definitely focus on Lorelei first. And then work on Freya and see what you're doing. So in this team, Verthandi is the tank. Oh my god, Thirst Quencher, the day I see that. Actually, I've already seen some pretty bad teams, so it's not that crazy. It's okay if they remember if they have Kurt, they lose points. So Verthandi is your tank here. The rest of the team is a decent unity. It's not great because of two terrible heroes. So you get dropped to like a 5.5 maybe. If we gave Patton a 6 with Freya, Ernest has to be lower than that. It's not a terrible team. It's just decidedly average. So let's say 5.5. It is decidedly average. No, you lose points if you have more copies of Kurt than me. Food Luna or Grand? I would food both of those. So food, pick one at random and then throw the other one later on. So Ernest gets a 5.5. Extra 150 moon. Depends how many star shards you have. You could put star shards here on Aegina. And if you have 2 of them, you could put it on Freya as well. Although Freya is not the greatest since she's lower stars. Is Saw worth 10? No. Well, he is if you plan to fodder him. Verthandi as a first T4, terrible idea. You can do it, but it's not great. So we'll go with, yeah, 5.5. Alright, let me put up the next one. Alright, so this is... Am I buying the Skull Pack? Maybe. Who is this? This is Rash. Aiden and Reaper are both very mediocre. You can use them if you have no one else, but... I'm gonna lock the channel down, actually. Yeah, I already have a ton. My god. Amelia. I'm gonna reset the timer for this. Wait, what? Ernest posted... There's another Ernest? Prodika, the answer is in the video description. Alright, so let's start over. 3 T4s, 200 level... I had basically this team. This team does it's actually pretty strong. If you guys would read the video description, the Discord link and where to post is there. However, I've hit too many teams submitted today, and so I can't take any more. So this team is actually a pretty solid team. It's a good Unity team that it wins on average against other teams the same way, at the same level. And 8, I say maybe 7.5, 8, 7.5. We'll say 8. 7.5 for good Unity plus 8 for good decisions on where he chose to make his T4s. So He gets an 8. This is not a bad team. This is exactly where most people at this point should be. Stephanus, more clerics is never a problem. Oops. Alright, well, none of that typed. None of that. Hi, Lagnarok. 10 means that you've got basically the perfect team. Which at this point is something with multiple phoenixes, a couple of, like a Valkyrie, a Skuld, and a couple of other really high tier characters. That's basically what a 10 looks like. Samuel, absolutely not. Build Detlaf? Yes. You can toss Shoot and put in Detlaf once he gets to T4. Detlaf is a great one at this point. Oscar, no. You lose it. Chong, well, it's in the 40s range, about. Alright, so this team gets an 8. It's good. Go ahead and build Detlaf. Can't get distracted. Come on, guys. Enzo, no. You have to... You can only do 8 hours. It's the moment that you log in and it sees that your 8-hour time is up, and that's when the stuff gets put in. Kurt is... I would rate myself maybe an 8. Honestly, not that much better. Alright, Panda. Kurt doesn't have to be part of the 10-point team. He's good, but he's not required. He has 1 Kurt. Well, that's same as me, so that's okay. So I gave Panda a 7.5 last time, and that's basically where he is now. But now that he's made his Phoenix 10, the rest of the team starts to crumble, which is the Luna and the Shude. Okay, we'll just give Panda his 7.5 and call it a day. It's decidedly average Unity team, and Unity is higher than an average non-Aura team. So, hi David. Guess we don't know what the best is, but probably something with like double Phoenix. It has double Phoenix, Skuld, and Valkyrie, and the last 2 we don't know yet. It could be another Phoenix and a Kurt. It could be Kurt and a Freya. It could be Bale and Phoenix. It could be anything like that. We don't know yet. Chimera, yes they do. 2 Kurts is gonna be an interesting one, but I don't think anybody knows how that's gonna be. I don't think we're... Oh man, I did it again. My Unity is basically as good as a Unity gets outside of that. It's basically as good as a Unity can get, minus the Monkey King. And there's not much I can do with that. Dro or Luna? Dro is better after 10. Luna is better before that. Alright, this guy has more copies of Kurt than me, so he gets a 0. Wait, who is this? This is BB Doggy. Alright, Valkyrie. That is a T3 Valkyrie. Uh... So the downside for doing this is, first of all, we're not going to look at the Walnir just yet, but the first downside is having 2 damage-dealing carries as your first T4s. Well, Valkyrie is not T4 yet, but having 2 damage dealers is bad. You would prefer to have 1 support, because Valkyrie alone fires, and it's not going to be enough. Valkyrie needs to be buffed with Skuld, with Phoenix, with anything else before she carries the rest of the team. I mean, she'll work, but if you have, remember that if you have 2 and they have 2, and their second one is a Skuld, you're probably screwed. So this is not the greatest choice. Second of all, you made Walnir T1, and that's a really bad choice. Kevin, I don't even have a Kurt. I've got a 5-star Kurt, so I couldn't tell you. He needs a T4 support. A 10-star support means nothing against T4s. Walnir was very high on the Chinese tier list. So was Lexar, and so was Martin. Walnir to Shude. See, you can't do that. Because if you convert Walnir to Shude, you have no tank. You can't tank with a 9-star Phoenix. You can't tank with this Luna. So you can't convert this Walnir until you've got something better. And you don't have anything better. So you have very, very much pigeonholed yourself into keeping this Walnir for a very long time. The best thing that you can do then is work on Verthandi and try to get her to T4, because you're nowhere close to Skuld, and then now you're screwed. You really have no tanks. So for where you are, this is maybe a 5. 4.5, 5. The Freya alone is good, but the rest of the team is so demolished that you have absolutely nothing left, and it's full of poor choices. Hi, Ruben. So, because you have a 6-star Kurt, you have -5 points. So 4.5 minus 0.5 is negative 0.5 points. So that's your score, Ryan. Negative 0.5 points. Oh, that's the timer. Off we go. Wait, is this a different Ernest? This is a different Ernest, right? No? I'm only taking 1 team per person, so if you're submitting 2 teams, I'm going to ignore the second one. So next is Uncat. Alright, let's see here. I like the screenshot where the star is colored up. It's kind of cool. Alright, so man, you went off Aura for Mars. The only problem with this is... the chance that Skull... So Scold here is not even a high priority for Tears of the Goddess, because she's so much slower than everybody that she's... The main point for her is to try and have her revive Valkyrie. But if she's gonna waste her revive on herself or for Dro, I'm not sure that she's useful. I kind of think Shoot is better in this case. Shoot will... I mean, this is a waste of a position anyway. So you might as well put in Shoot and buff up the rest of the team. Am I wrong? Because this Scold is basically useless, and if you're going to put in someone useless, you might as well put in someone that gives you an aura. So in this case, Shude confirmed better uselessness than Scold. Den is very different. My ratings are for PvP teams. PvE, you can do anything you want. You can throw random people in any position as long as it works against how the enemy is set up. And you know what you're fighting every single time. PvP isn't like that. You're trying to make the best possible team to fight everybody. And in that case, Scold is not going to help you. I think Scold is useless on this team. Brian, yes, if you already have 2 star shards, so yes. Mars is not worth it to T4 as your first heaven T4. As your second one, he's so, knowing that he's built for your honor team and not for your primary PvP team. Break Phoenix for Phoenix and Kurt, you can, but you better have a really good team around it. Because Phoenix and Kurt alone is not godlike. You pretty much need Scold. Otherwise, Kurt dies. He's very squishy, as Bold has shown us. So if he gets controlled and you don't have Scold or something to protect him, even Kurt can be killed very quickly. So this team, if I have to give it a rating... A 6? 6.5? I mean, just because you have Kurt, doesn't immediately make your team god tier. He's not that good. He needs support. I already forgot who this team is. Uncat. 6.5. We'll say 6.5. I mean, you've got a solid unity. No, wait. Minus points for this. Okay, 6. We'll say 6. Just because, I don't know that Kurt needs double Phoenix. Kurt is probably okay with 1 Phoenix and Scold. If he's replacing, like, a Shude. But really, he's top tier in the right team around him. He's not on his own. 6 Luna or 6 Medusa? Probably Luna. Next is Thirst Quencher. Yeah, when Fieris got his 10 rating, I think we didn't know enough about Kurt. Alright, positioning. So X-Kill, if you're going to choose Mars or Verthandi, it better be Verthandi. Mars is not a good T4 for an early team. This is pretty much exactly where I was, except with Monkey King instead of Freya. Mars or Nameless King? Mars. I did not beat 585 yet. This is not bad. It's not bad. You've got a lot of positioning wise. You could swap Shude and Freya, but I don't think that it matters too much. Shude being here is a little bit safer, but positioning wise, this is fine. And yeah, why did... Oh, you know what? Actually, this Shude Mel makes sense. He did it before 10 stars came out. Ah, you converted to Walmir, okay. In your case, probably you should pull in Horde. I would say that most people in this situation no longer need to pull their heaven and hell, their eyes in heaven and hell when you're at this point. So probably Horde is the best pull for you. But double skulled is huge, so you know, remember the trade-off that you're making. T1 10 Lorelei is worth it. Yes, she's pretty good. 9 Monkey King or 8 Scold. Take the Scold. Monkey King's not that useful if he's not tank. 10 Vert or 9 Scold. 10 Verthandi's better than 9 Scold. Okay, so Kurt needs double Phoenix in order to get that good then. So we'll use that as our Icarus. Too many people have submitted ahead of you. Sorry. So this team gets maybe this one gets an 8. You've got Skuld, you've got Phoenix, you've got Skuld and Valkyrie. You're working on Freya and Phoenix. It's not bad. Oh yeah. You've got 6-star Kurt, so you get 3 points. X-Kill, if you think his damage is amazing, you haven't seen him in full T4 matches. His damage is really not amazing. Alright, next is Galaxy Axel. Okay. Is it only one picture? Yes. Detlef as a first T4? Yeah, he's not bad. Not a great one, but he's going to do good against other single T4 teams. Saizo needs Skuld to save him. Just remember that. Alright, let's see here. Okay. X-Kill, I have one. Trust me, I know. No Valk, no Skuld, and a T3 Shude, and a 10-star Lorelei. Quack, team submission is closed. There's probably 40-50 people that have posted already. Okay, so first rule that you need to do is make Verthandi your tank. Set her up to tank. She does trash damage if she's not tanking. Ultima in front is fine, but It's gotta be Berthandi here. This is the only way that she becomes useful. You probably will see her damage go up by almost 2 times with her in front. So, this team... 6 and... 6 or 6.5? Probably 6.5. Let's say 6.5. Oh yeah, X-Kill. One other reason that Mars falls off is because when you're fighting other T4s, you will fail to stun every single Heaven and Hell unit. So you have to hit your 60%, and that's just to wipe their bubble, and that's just so that someone else can crowd control them afterward. And so Mars no longer is a guaranteed stop half the team when he fires. And then he doesn't do all that much damage, because he'll get crowd controlled later, and then, yeah, he just falls off a lot. Jim, are you just gonna do yes or like one or the other for the entire roster? Because I feel like you could just do that on Discord. I don't need to do A or B 100 times. I don't understand where you're going with this. You might as well just ask the entire thing. And not go one by one. But I can't answer those questions one by one for the entire stream. So yeah, we'll go 6.5. Yeah, Galaxy, you will see her damage go up higher with her being as a tank. Her reflect is crazy. It's really, really good. So... yeah, Teddy. Alright, bye, Jim. Next is Jova. Galaxy, I did. Okay. Here's a teddy cat. VIP 8 at level 119. VIP 8 is like $2,000. Quack Bale's not that good before T4 unless you have Scold. Okay. Convert Olivia for Valkyrie is fine. This is basically early level Unity. It's not great. It's quite poor, actually. But... Quack, what is Skull? And this is not your team. Roman, that's all down to luck, though. It's just that luck controls what you build, and he didn't have the luck. When you play for a longer time, you have a better chance of events, and events giving you good heroes. Free to play or not. If he had to pull his keys for a terrible hero, and that's the only choice he had, there's not much better that he could do. But if he's if he's a new player and he's learning, then now he knows what to aim for. I'd say he's probably top on his server, definitely. But this is not the kind of team that's going to carry you very far, Jova. Saizo, he's only got 3 copies. Saizo only goes up to 9 stars. So, for this team as it is like a 5. This is very, very much average. Very average. It's not strong, it's not weak. For Unity, it's just not amazing. Jova VIP 8 is not $200, so yeah. So this it's like a 5 team, but so you know what your priorities are then, which is you gotta eventually convert Olivia, you gotta dump Walnir, but the other 4 people are great to take up to T4. Dro, Phoenix, Freya, Verthandi, you can do it. You've got a couple of copies of Aegina, so if Aegina hits 10, we can drop Walnir and make Verthandi or Phoenix tank, whoever is 10 stars first, and use Aegina. But no, again, we can't guarantee that he'll get it. So we can only say, good luck, you know what you need, and for what you've built, it's solid, but it's not endgame material. So, if you have specific questions, feel free to ask, but that's about what this team, as it stands, gets, is about a 5. It definitely will kill most 10-star teams, but unless they have Valkyries. Hey Araz, what's a good purple at 10-star? Dro is honestly the most solid of all of them at 10 stars and up. She's the most solid. Lorelei is more for... Lorelei's kind of niche. Because... Whoops. Lorelei is niche because you gotta build your... Ken, that is incorrect. If you are on the tier list, go to the T4 team. The T4 list does not have Mars at S+. I dropped him to S, I believe. Let me confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that I did. And there's Bold's advice as a spender is yeah, I dropped Mars to S at T4. Remember, Ken, at 10 stars, Mars is amazing. At 10 stars, yes. But at T4, he's not. So he is middle of S tier at T4. Dro is worth T4ing, yes. Alright, moving on. Rohit, do you have 2 pictures? God, I did it again. I didn't click anything to put an ad on. I can do that, but I never do. You got 1 Lindbergh, okay. Hi Alex, and hi Evan, and yeah, things are doing pretty good right now. Especially in quarantine, I'm at home a lot, so I stream a lot. Okay. Do you need 10-star food to get to T4? Yes. Yes, you do. 10-star and 2 copies of the hero. Where did Rohit go? Wasn't he here? This is another reason why most people should worry about making Mars and Lindbergh and Skuld, because they can't easily get copies. I can't do that many fusions in a day. I'm out of shards. Teddy, you chased Amelia away. I have an ad play when you first join, and that's it. Let's see here. This Skuld is useless. This Skuld is really useless. Chris, you're too late. Break Aura to use Aegina? No. No, I don't agree with that. Aegina kind of needs Skuld in order to guarantee that she can fire, even if she has energy. So I think this Skuld is fine. This spot is going to be wasted even with Aegina. Aegina is very good, but that's assuming she's even level with everybody else. Right now, 10-star Aegina paired with all of these T3, T4, not that useful. Honestly, is dead space. So using Skuld for the aura is fine. Plus, if they happen to have Detlef fire and kill your Valkyrie right away, Skuld might revive her. So it's a waste of a spot anyway, but the potential is okay with Skuld. T4 shoot tomorrow is okay. Is not a I think you're going to be disappointed. I really think you're going to be disappointed with Shud T4 in this team. Oh, dang. Xkill, thank you so much. Skuld for free? I don't believe she'll be free. $20, $30 maybe. You need a healer? Healing is not as critical at this point because when you're playing at the T4 level, you are blitzing people down. Valkyrie, Freya, and Lorelei are very good damage dealers, so you're hoping to kill them all by turn 3 or 4. Healing doesn't matter at that point. So, Martin is first 10-star? No. He's trash. So your goal then is to, honestly, find Detlef, find Aegina. My favorite skin is most definitely the Shudmel skin. NDG, no, they're completely reworking Martin. They're gonna redo his skills completely. So we will see what happens. It's very possible that he suddenly becomes really good. But we have no idea. And Rohit, yeah, if you lose to Skuld, it means that you don't have enough damage. Or you failed to do enough damage in the right time. So your goal is to find more damage. Alright. So this team gets a... Seven and a half. Energy on Freya and Skuld. 7. Let's say 7. That's 70. Oh wait, he's got 2 Kurts. Rohit, you get a 2. So Rohit, 2. That's your score. 2. Honestly, I wouldn't use the energy. Or, okay, you know what? You're putting it on Scold, but it's being wasted on her, but it's not good on anyone else. So you could actually put a, you could actually put it on Phoenix. And hope to give energy to Shude or give energy to Valkyrie. EWO team critique is exactly what it looks like. People post their teams and I rate them on stream. Okay, I spent way too long on Rohit, so you get a 7. You know where you're going. I'm sorry, but you will be disappointed with Shude. Martin better than Valkyrie? They would have made some very poor decisions at that point. So this is Cosmo Wolf. Rohit, you can just put speed on him. It's fine. Okay, Cosmo Wolf. VIP 0, bad luck with heaven. Sounds about normal. Sounds about normal. Okay, that's a very interesting position to be in. It's a very interesting position to be in. Why did you start working on Freya if you're not even going to use her? Why are you working on Freya? EWO, everything's in the video description. Focusing on Valkyrie. Well, she's already T4. Level up order. Valkyrie first. Phoenix second. Freya third. Lorelei fourth. But, no, I mean, why is Freya T2? Why would you start making Freya T2 if you're not using her? You could have put Dro up. You could have put Verthandi up. This is... I don't understand this decision. Alright, so one thing that you can do is you can make Verthandi your next T4, return your Monkey King, and use the Freya instead. That's probably the safest bet. Because as good as Monkey King is, by making smarter long-term decisions, it would help further down the line. Hey, Raynell. So, probably return Monkey King, use it to level up Verthandi, use Verthandi as your tank, and work on Freya. Monkey King's a good T4, but he's useful early, but he's not long-term viable. He's not your best choice if you have he's not your best choice. Alright, you have 1 copy of Skuld and you're gonna start buying her with Moonstones? Not worth it. Not worth it. This is the same thing that I've been telling other people, is that the 10-star Skuld paired with T4 people she's a waste. She's not that good. So, yes, buying Skuld with Moonstones is good, but in your position, not that useful. So, you can fodder this Ripper. So you break down Monkey King, make Verthandi T2 or T3, make Freya T4, use Verthandi as your tank, and stick with that until you get 9 copies of Skuld. Because you are nowhere close to 9 copies of Skuld, and you can't do anything with a 10-star Skuld when the rest of the team is hitting T4. Breaking down in this case will give you, let me see. It'll give him 7 copies of Monkey King, 2 9-star and 5 9-star fodder. Bold, what do you think? I think Breakdown Monkey King, if to make a more solid unity, is a smarter idea here. I only say that because he started working on Freya, which is like, you gotta undo one of these. And if you're gonna undo one of them, it might as well be Monkey King. Or you go off Ara. Does CE affect Golden Feather and Expedition? No. I think it's player level and experience. I don't know. That's my call. I say Breakdown Monkey King. Hi, Onim. So this Monkey King is better for honor. He is. But it's a tough call. You either go off Ara. You either go off Ara or you do that for the long-term choice. Building 2 Freya just means that he was building a dupe Freya before T4 was added. That's what I did. That's why I had a 6-star Mars. Chimera, but we're not talking Brave and Team. We're also talking Guild Boss, Friend Boss, Den of Secrets, Planet, all of those. And PvP. And, well, I don't know. I don't know. That's a really tough call. Okay, so Proyecto, it's your call what you want to prioritize. I'm going to tell you that going off Ara with this and your Freya is not a great team for PvP and Arena. It's not amazing for Honor either, but if you're going to split them up, then it's amazing for Honor. Monkey King as a solo T3, T4 is amazing for Honor, but that is the only thing that he does for you. So if you wish to go with a more long-term, smarter process that's like a slower build, then breaking down Monkey King is good. If you wish to push higher in all other modes, then it would be smarter to work on Freya and Verthandi. If you wanted to push in Planet Trial and Den and all of those, working on Freya Verthandi would help more. Monkey King does not do good in Planet Trial. NDG I do. So that's just a really tough call. Detlaf T4, yes. Yes, you can make Detlaf T4. By the way, I did redo my T3, my top 3 video, so I'll be uploading that in the next few days. Ewo, I can't take team questions outside of the Discord, sorry. It just gets too involved for me to take all the questions off of chat. So as a team, with using this is maybe this is a good 7.5. In terms of what your direction is for after this, you're in a very tough position. Oh my god. Oh my god. NDG, oh my god. T3 Orphe, T4 Tiger King, T3 Saw, T3 Tesla, T3 Vivienne, T1 Luna. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? Look at this. Okay. So Cosmo Wolf, I'll give you a 7.5. I'll give you a 7.5. It's a very solid Unity team, but you've got some very difficult decisions to make. Do we rate Black Asta? I don't think that that's a nice thing to do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This picture doesn't work well. This picture does not work well. Okay, well, we'll just throw it up and it's gonna look ugly, but... Sir Pierre, your picture resolution is terrible. Oh my god, I can't use this at all! I can't use this at all. Okay, well, we'll go with this. Alright, Sir Pierre. Jalarm, you gotta download the Chinese APK and have a VPN to make it look like you're in China. I don't know where you find those. Alright, so he's got Unity, but with an 8-star Valkyrie. Tsar, it means exactly what it says, is if the event resets at midnight, stop logging in at 4 p.m. and then log in right at reset, and you'll get an extra 8 hours of event currency. Alright, so this team is... Man, the Valkyrie's low, the Nameless King is trash, and he's using Vegvasir. NK does not have potential. Not compared to all of the rest of Heaven. You gotta Google it. I have no idea. They took it off the Chinese Google Play Store, so you can't get it from there anymore. You would have to figure out a place to download it. This maybe a 6, 6.5. Honestly, this team is fine for where it is. You chose the right heroes, but your potential for growth is limited because of Vegvasir and Nameless King. So probably you should start looking into making this Verthandi your tank. Valkyrie, no. At least, or I mean Medusa, no. At least the Valkyrie makes the aura, which makes the other people stronger. And Valkyrie's not terrible at 8. And certainly is better than this. Bold, I promise you, I probably won't make promotion this round because I think you know who I'm going to be hitting during Honor this whole time. So we'll see how it goes, huh? I will totally sacrifice my own promotion to do the same thing, to do it right back. Giovanni, that is Degnant. And yes, Lindbergh is very disappointing at T4. So this team is fine. I would give it a 6, 6.5. Maybe a 6. We'll say 6 because your Valkyrie's low and Vegvasir is not the greatest choice, and Nameless King is not that great. So you've just got to wait for better heroes. Hi, Andy Panda. Oh, don't worry, Bold. I'm not going to hit him until the last 5 minutes. Then I will hit a lot. Okay. Oops. Dang it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't have beef with anyone. The timer is so that I don't spend way too long on single people. That's all. Alright, so this is Deathbot. Alright. Okay, Akshat. Hi, Gyan. This is a solid... Why did you send this? This is not a useful picture. That is the same picture. Should you 10 Luna or wait for Lorelei or wait for Dro? Elf and Heaven? You can keep using Luna to 10. There's no point in waiting for better heroes because you have no idea when you're going to get them. By saying, oh, I'll use Verthandi for now until I get Skulled means that you will be using Verthandi for 2 years. So if you're going to be doing that, you might as well level her. So go ahead and take Verthandi and Luna to 10. Worst case scenario, you convert them later. And then once Verthandi is 10 and maxed out, you can have her tank instead of Phoenix. And this position is fine. You're basically just going to swap these two when they are even level. There's no point in waiting for Dro or Lorelei. You have no idea how long that's going to take, and you hold yourself back by doing it. So, Shoot is fine. She's fine at 10, but if you're going to take someone else past 10, it should be either Phoenix, Verthandi, or Freya. If you're going to build a Gina at this point, I'd probably suggest you build a Gina from scratch. To max familiar, use your expedition feathers for pet food. Assuming you're done buying Verthandi. That's the best you got. It's very expensive though. Very, very expensive. You can't max it fast. The final promotion is 50 million gold and 16,000 blue pet food. Next event is definitely worth it to spend a little bit. Pretty great to spend a medium amount, and to spend a lot is probably not worth it unless you just want to throw money at it. And I'm saying 100 is about a medium amount, by the way. I believe that Shoot Mel is going to get something changed. The devs have to realize that Shoot Mel has been completely changed, or has been completely removed from the meta. And I believe that there will be some update to her in the future. Don't take my word for it. I don't know when. It'll be someday, but I think so. Yeah, a lot of people hit me in honor too. I don't care. As long as I qualify, and I'm happy. Like, as long as I get within top 20 or something like that, I don't care what I place. Which is exactly why I'm going to throw away next honor for personal reasons. Alright, so this team as it stands is maybe a 7.5. Hi, Justin. There's no major flaws with it. There's the only thing it lacks is copies. You've got the right choice in making Valkyrie T4. You didn't blow up your team to do it. And the rest of the team is a solid Unity choice. So I would say 7.5. You lose points for Luna and you gave them back. You gain them back for Valkyrie. I think there's no way I fall below 30, so I'm happy. And it's not like I'm going to lose any of my last 12 hits, right? So Justin, well, everybody that's been critiqued is up there, so okay, next is 99. Roman, $100 is a lot of money. There's no getting around that. It's a lot of money. But if you think about what you're getting for it in terms of return on investment in the game, it's a better deal than most of the other stuff that they offer. So think about it that way. Like, if you spend on the game at all and continue to spend, what you get for $100 is really, really good. Luciano, do you already have star shards? Alright, so let's see here. Wow. Oh, wait, start the timer. Alright, well, I mean, the Dro is a waste of space, but it doesn't matter because Mega is great fodder. Luciano, then the answer is to buy star shards. This is the stupid thing about Fuse, is now you get convinced that you should be making the 10-star every time, and you can't even use it. Like, this 10-star is useless until you get, like, at least 3 more 9-star fodders, and oh man, the Fuse is just bad. Hi, Angel. Is Tears of Goddess worth it? Depends on how much you want to spend. Honestly, they're not. It's never going to be cheaper than like $250, I believe, going forward. So yeah, that's about it. Unless they give it out in an event, maybe an anniversary or something for less. Any other time in the future that it comes in an event like this, it's going to be like $250, $300. That's normal. I think it'll be about $250 this time. And hi, Christian. So this team, I could give this a 7.5, honestly. Your priorities are good on your heroes. I'm not sure who you're using as tank, but I hope it's Verthandi. It's worth it to the people that have $250 to spare. Let's put it that way. But most people don't. I certainly don't. So I will stop at 2 skulls and call it a day. So this I can, yeah, I can give this a 7.5. I feel like there's no major bad choices here. The team composition is solid. You're buying the last 2 and using the fodders to T4 Phoenix. Roman, that's one way to think about it. The other way is that even if you hit VIP 13, you're aiming to do it slowly and buying smart. If you just want to, if you've got $20,000 to just throw away and do whatever with, you don't care about being smart at all. And honestly, it takes so much time to amass all of these tiers of the goddess that, you know, what are you going to get out of it? So if you buy smart and slow, it takes a while to hit VIP 13, but you will have a much more solid team along the way. So yeah, this gets a good 7.5. Solid team, waiting for copies. Okay. I know that this is being saved for fodder. It's just that I don't like the way the fuse event is set up now. The way that it makes you think that you want to fuse the 10-star every single round, otherwise you miss out, and I don't believe that's the case. Let me stop this. Based on what we're seeing with the fuse event, I believe that it's worth it to miss out on fuse rewards and not finish it every 2 weeks. Because honestly, it's not feasible. You can't fuse anything extra for progress unless you overfuse, and it's really hard to get enough gold souls to overfuse. Brian, I don't know who Scarecrow is. Heaven and Hell combo? No, it's not a great idea. It's doable. Most people will end up doing it on their way to honor, because making 3 heavens is a lot easier than making 3 undead or anything. But 3 heaven, 3 hell is going to lose very badly to unity. And it'll lose even worse to double phoenix teams. By going heaven and hell, you don't have phoenix, you don't have Valkyrie, and you'll get destroyed. And remember that the crowd control aura is at full heaven or full hell. It is not heaven and hell. That one is just HP and attack. So, moving forward. Oh, Scarecrow is Ripper. Ripper is terrible, period. VIP level, I mean, any VIP is worth it if you plan to spend. 3 is the safe spot to be, where you spend a little bit, you get a decent amount back, and but there's no best point to stop, because if you're gonna spend at all, it depends on what you want to spend on. You could stop at VIP 2 by buying the growth fund, and that's fine. Tin, take Dro. Alright, this is Marco Delphin, who realized that it was him and commented on already. Enough copies to 10 Mars. 10 Samurai is not good. So, Marco, I would make Mars from scratch. At the point that you're at, you're probably not struggling ultra hard for Heaven and Hell fodder. You're not looking at... Oh wait, you've already built Mars. I would work on Mars instead then. Mars 10 is better than Skuld 9. Absolutely. I still say Mars 10 is one of the best heroes in the game at the 10-star tier. Fighting against other 10 stars, he's great. Now, he's not going to be super useful for you going into T4s, but he's going to be better than a 9-star Skuld. 9-star Skuld, honestly, is a waste of space. 9-star anyone is a waste of space compared to other 10s. The only exception is Phoenix. 2-star shards, in this case, probably Phoenix and Freya. If nothing else, Phoenix can hopefully give energy to... You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people. So Phoenix's energy is not 100% wasted here. It's actually 83% useful. Because she can only fail by giving it to Freya. Not she, he, sorry. Phoenix is a guy. So probably Phoenix and Freya for your star shards here. Gold snacks is only good for familiar. Position-wise, I would do Phoenix, Valkyrie, Skuld, Freya, Dro, Shude. Phoenix is a cross-dresser. Alright, so with this team... because you didn't have a 10 Mars, I can't deduct points for using Skuld. So this is a 7.5 as well. So people are building very good basic Unity teams, and that's great. That is your basis from where to grow from. By doing this, it shows that at least you know what heroes you kind of should be looking for, and you're not throwing away a decent aura for terrible heroes. So I feel happy giving out 7.5s because it means that people are paying attention to what constitutes at least a basic building block team. Minus Sun, by the way. Okay. So far, Sun Wen is the loser. God dang it. Hold on, let me open up Sun's team so that I can keep it there. I gotta keep the loser team. Oops. Well, that's fine. Okay, next is Kadse. Freya's good. Hi, Roses. Quan, you are way too late. There are still 40 people waiting. So I'm gonna assume that you tried really hard to get Dire Aura and failed and ended up with Verthandi. Hi, Ray. Haitian Kindred. Proyecto buy star shards. Political, I don't have a crown for team critique. The text is too small. But we'll put an L by Sun. The best familiar is the green one, which is Raphael. Alright, so... Hi, Nan? Sorry. The only problem I have with this team is I have no idea where you go from here. You don't have the copies to improve, and you have some very... You have a Rillia. So I really don't know where you go from here. I guess you can only go up, but you can't... Hey, Arda. You can't do anything. You are just lacking copies. So I guess... My god. I mean, with the team as it is okay. I probably might put... You know what? It's fine where it is. Thanks, Arda. I mean, no, the team is okay. No, it's not really okay. This is like a 5.5 team, maybe. It's a decidedly average team. Stephanus, that's great. If you can do that, that's the only way that you're going to get a lot of gold souls. But I don't know how to give advice on how to improve from here. Because your goal is to stick with the Unity people, which is going to be Aegina, Freya, Phoenix, Verthandi, but you don't have any alliance, and your heaven is not good, and your elf is completely non-existent. So in this point, you basically are just waiting for copies. Hey, Nathaniel. Arda, I don't know any Arabian people, actually. So I guess we'll give you a 5.5 and say your team is solid for now, but look for copies, try to aim for an Ara, and hey, John and Lucy, and good luck. I hope you can build off of this. And don't worry, Roman. Just because you hit the gold soul bottleneck doesn't mean that next week you'll have enough gold souls and you'll hit a different bottleneck. Welcome to Endgame, where the bottleneck is everything. Gah, again. Alright, next is Kaku. Medusa is fine up to 10. Totally fine. Anybody can take Medusa to 10. It doesn't hurt. Shin Kindred, yeah, it's way too late. I don't believe that buying a Valkyrie with Moonstones would help. One copy is just nothing. The Star Shards are way more important, especially at that level. Hey, Akash. Doing pretty good. This is the exact same team. This is the same team. Ah. Arguably a little bit worse because it's got... Walnir. Jordan, nice. You might be the first person I've seen from Jordan. It's the same team minus Aegina. My god. Okay. So Kaku... Victor, it depends. If you still need Star Shards, you should buy Star Shards. That's more important. I'm going to give you the same 5.5 because it's the same team and you're stuck in the same way. You've got fodder, but you don't have enough copies to make anything better. So you can take Walnir to 10 if you need. Roses, I just don't think buying a second copy of anybody with Moonstones is worth it. There's no guarantee he'll ever see a third Valk in the next 6 months. And those Moonstones would be much better spent on someone that will help. Welcome back, Jim. So, Kaku, you get the same 5.5 as Kadsei, and look for copies. Wait for copies of something to improve on. But all of these are safe to take to 10. Just don't go beyond that until you know what you're doing. God, I'm only at 20? Nope, faster. Hey, Daniel. I feel like 4 minutes is a good number, though. Alright, next is political. Political mayhem. Wait, didn't we do yours already? No, we didn't, actually. I saw this team earlier, didn't I? I've looked at many variations of this team. I feel like if you've got a basic Unity team, we can almost 7.5 and just go. I guess Verthandi is your next T4. And if you make Verthandi your next T4, then ultimately she's going to be the tank instead of Phoenix. That's it. Bloodtooth from Common Chest is a nice pull, but Bloodtooth sucks. Bonus points for having 0 Kurtz? 0 Kurtz? Alright. Political gets 500,000 points. Don't use Dro. Not at 9 stars. If she was 10 stars, then yes, but at 9 stars, she doesn't have her cleric stun, so no. And Joshua, it's closed. Sorry. Man, but 0 Kurtz is one thing, but no Skuld, no Lorelei. Arida, Dro is better, but only at 10 plus. 10 stars and up. At 9, Luna's better. Oh, Teddy. How could you take that spot? So, your goal now, I guess, is to just start working on Verthandi. And Verthandi is totally fine to take to T4 and will be an amazing, amazing tank for your level. 625 Moonstones is good. How many Star Shards do you have? Alright, Aegon. 2 Star Shards? Okay. In that case, you probably start buying Skulds. Because you don't need copies of any of the other major heroes. You've already got Valkyrie, Freya, Phoenix. 1 tier's even better. Alright, so Guy, yes, sorry, you're way too late. Yeah, I still think Dro misses a lot. So Dro over Lorelei. I give the edge to Dro very slightly. Not amazingly so, but very, very slightly. Mark, I can figure it out as long as you're there. Or I can figure it out. Luna good at 6? Yes. Sun, you have the same issue that, who was it? That Jova had, which is he spent a lot of money, he got very strong, but it doesn't mean that it's a good team. That's all it means. Trollcraft, I can't take team questions in chat. Not during team critique days. I feel like I looked at this exact same team. I swear I did. I mean, Wei Shem, it's obvious that your lineup is top 6 for Ara. That's fine. But this is pretty much exactly the same as a few people ago, which is Ara, decent here, the right priority leveled up, and decent heroes chosen. This is the bread and butter 8-star or 7.5 Ara Unity team. So your goal is the same as everyone else. Work on Phoenix. Next T4 Verthandi? Yeah, that's fine too. try not to T4 Luna or Shude if possible. So work on Verthandi and see where you land after that. At that point, you're either going to be buying Star Shards or Phoenix or Skulled with Moonstones, depending on where you want to go. I probably would be Phoenix. Alright. Mark, Kevin, you are Yato-kun. 1 Star Shards on Freya, then you're going to try and buy a second one. And after that, you're okay. You can buy heroes after that. Alright, so let's see here. I don't see why you need a second picture for your layout. I mean, if you're not using your top 6, you're doing something wrong. Aiden or Reaper to 10? Yeah, they can go to 10. It's beyond 10 that you need to make smarter choices. Peak or Honor Team Critique? I don't think I need to be honest. Peaks is 100% luck, and Honor is like... Honor is also luck. You put your 2 strong against their 2 weak and you win. Nobody can make 3 strong teams now. Yet. Bold is the closest. Arda, Martin's weak for now, but he is getting an update. Tears the Goddess Freya, Star Shards on Phoenix. Yeah, that's fine. That's as good as it gets. 1 copy for Skulled to 10. Don't expect that Skulled copy to make anything major happen with your team, because she's still honestly a waste of a spot. She's not going to do anything special for you. So this, just like all the rest. 7.5 basic unity. Shoot stronger than Freya at 10? No. How did I get into Taptap Heroes? My brother used to work with the devs in China, and he asked me to help test it out. And so I started testing it, and then I kind of liked the game. And then, 6 months later, I was still playing it. And so that's how I got into it. And he quit already. He doesn't work there anymore, but that's why I'm playing. Hey, chill. So, Mark, you know where you're going. You already have energy. You're aiming to buy Skulled. Good to go. Eventually, you'd like to replace this Shude because she's not that great. How to get a 10 rating? You better have a double Phoenix team that's really solid. That's the only way at this point. Or an off-Aura team that's like perfect. From what I'm reading, Fieris probably should be downgraded to a 9 with his. You have copies of Detlaf. You can either convert Detlaf or you can make him from scratch. T4 Detlaf is gonna definitely be better than Shude. Rupao, no. Other way around. Freya's gotta be faster than Medusa. Jim, again, you came back with your A or B questions. But the answer is Luna. There is only one hero in the game who is better than heroes 1 star above, and that's Phoenix. Phoenix is the only one. Nobody else is better than someone 1 star higher. No, Bold. No. You have a T4 Kurt that is minus 300 points. So Bold gets minus 300. Where am I from? I'm from Los Angeles, California. Cornvoster Reaper is not that good late game. Oh, well, perfect timing. Alright, next is Braider. That's a lot of Saizo. Alright, so you demolished what? I guess Phoenix? Not Phoenix, sorry. Medusa. So you had a 10 Medusa here and destroyed her to make this. So in this situation, this is the perfect situation to say Verthandi got to be your next T4. It's a very niche situation, but he's got it. Ragnarok better on Luna or Lorelei? Put it on Lorelei. It doesn't help on Luna. Luna wants energy or speed. Fodder assassins? Yeah. Almost all the assassins are bad. Eduardo, definitely Valkyrie. Valkyrie is the best first T4, period. Hi, good person. So his choices were good, but now he's using a 10-star tank against T4. Do we take away a point for that, or do we give him the same 7.5? I guess probably just give him the same 7.5 because you did what any normal person would do with Unity, which is make the strong people T4. Valkyrie better than Skuld? If as your first T4, yes. As when you've already got 4 other ones, maybe not. So I'll just give you the same 7.5 because we've seen this team a lot. He doesn't have... That's more luck than anything else. He demolished his Medusa, and he's just got to work on Phoenix. But his support is weak on this one. Okay, we'll give him a 7. Minus points because your tank now is not enough to support your team. And Verthandi's going to die real quick, and then they're just going to tear up your Freya. Especially because she's underleveled. So not much you can do here to save this until you get more copies of... Until you take Verthandi higher or start working on Phoenix. Not much you can do to fix this. I do not play Clash of Clans. Alright. Blacksmith. I feel like I went through a bunch of teams really quick, right? I feel like I also spelled that wrong. Walnir or Grand? Probably Walnir, but it's pretty even. What the? What the? I think we have a winner. I think we have a winner. Best tank in the game as a pure tank is probably Monkey King. I think we've got a winner right now. Holy cow, what did you... Demolishing your team is okay, but you demolished a little bit too much. There's nothing left. You have basically no tank. You've got no support for Freya. Nobody is there to soak up hits except for Verthandi. And you're basically playing a 2v6 game and you lose that game. You basically lose that game. If their 1 T4 is half decent and they've got a full team of 10 stars, you are doomed. Alright, so Sun is no longer the loser with this team. Give it a 2. 2.5 because he actually has, at least it's Freya. if Bold is right and he's on a new server and he's decent VIP, then this is actually not a bad choice. It's better than what Sun had because... No, it's actually worse than what Sun had. It's worse than this because at least this guy's using something to... The rest of the team is more solid. So it's worse than Sun. But... Oh, and he's got 2 Kurts. So it's a 3 then. We'll say a 3. Because... S495? Okay. So Blacksmith, this is the same thing that I say with Pogi, is you've got a gimmick team. And that's it. As people get their first T4s, you will start losing very badly. If their T4s are anything decent. But... So you spent money in a very interesting way to make a gimmick team, and it's not bad for where you are, but it's bad for moving forward from. Because you've also demolished all of the resources that you put into your team. You didn't make fodder to make these, so you're basically starting from scratch. Like, how long would it take you to even take this Phoenix to 10 stars? It would take you a pretty long time. So, definitely your team is worse than Sun's, because at least he has a 10-star support and he's using Khalil and Ultima. But you... Yeah, a lot of people didn't pull this event, and that's not stupid. It's actually a very good long-term thing to do, but it left you in this position that he could use Khalil and Ultima. Well, I don't know if he has them. But for this team as it stands, I mean, it's worse than Sun's. His arena place? Most definitely first. Most definitely he's stomping his server and will continue to do so for a couple of months. But the longevity of... I can only critique this snapshot of the team. I can't say where he's going to be 3 months from now or even 1 month from now. I can only say with this team as it is, if it were to be placed against even level people, would do very poorly. But as a gimmick team, it works. I'm sorry, I don't give respect to gimmick teams. I don't like them. I know that's not really fair of me, because if they work, they work. You use whatever works, and if it gets you wins, you do it. But it's not a play style that I like. A gimmick team means like something like this, where you have really low power, but you destroy people. So it's a team that specifically is designed to kill people that don't expect it. For people on the same level. Like this team, he has what? 500, 700,000 power, maybe? And that's what a person would have if they have a full 9-star team. And they will get destroyed. He will wreck all of them thinking that he's at the same power level. That's barely a 10-star team. And he will destroy all of them. And it's a gimmick. So anybody that comes into you with the same power level, or even 3 times your power level, you're going to destroy. And that's a gimmick. Because you're faking them all out. So I know it works. And I know that it's going to continue to work. But it's not a good team. It's not a long-term team. That's all I'm saying. But at least Verthandi and Freya is a solid building block to go forward with. So I respect it, but I have to give it the loser title because of what you're doing with it. Hey, Velu. So, you know, I'm not hating on your team. I just don't like that playstyle. It's not for me. So somebody else that would critique it from that mindset would probably give you a much higher score. But, you know, that's not what I'm rating, right? All right. Now I can be talked up, I guess. I ended up giving Pogi bonus points the entire stream. Yeah, it's my own personal rating system, that's all. It's definitely other people would rate it higher because we have to respect that it wins. I know it wins. But it's not for me. Alright, who is your tank? Who is your tank? Alright, hear me out. What if you worked on Verthandi and went off Ara to take Verthandi up to like T2, T3 next? What if you did that? I think it's a safer bet than continuing with Veg. And if you get Dro and Lorelei, you can dump Medusa. I can change my rating system, to be honest, I guess. I don't know. I can up Sun to a 5 and Blacksmith to a 4. Because it's certainly better than like what I've seen for true 3 teams, which is terrible heroes with terrible lineups. So okay, I'll raise Sun to a 5 and raise you to a 4. Just out of respect for what I know is a working team. Build T4 Freya or work on your tank. In your case, you better work on a tank. You better work on a tank. You don't have one. At least Braider had a Verthandi. You don't even have that. So if you don't have a tank, people are just going to stomp through your team real quick. And if anything, Skuld would be the tank, actually, in this position with an underleveled Vegvasir. So probably Veg is your tank with Skuld as the secondary tank. Zablau, there are not 3 good assassins. That, like he said, that would be 3 Lindberghs. Valk and Skuld can't tank. Well, you can't really tank at T4, so you have no choice. You got to throw up Veg, but I suggest making Verthandi. The problem with tanking is that all of the good tanks are very rare, which is Phoenix and Monkey King, basically. That's it. That's the only really good tanks that you can take higher than T1. And so, if you don't have those, it's gotta be Verthandi. That's your only other option. At least she's easy to get. Luna is a terrible tank. Absolutely terrible, especially at 10 stars. Is Veg worth building early? No, not really. If you 10-star Phoenix, but how many star shards do you have? If you don't have 2 energy artifacts, then it's not worth it to buy Phoenix. Okay. But I still don't think that that's a good choice, because you're buying Phoenix to get stuck at 10, and you still gotta buy more. It's not enough. So save the Moonstones for now. Work on Verthandi, and go from there. Tank is very, very important at the T4 point. Very important. As soon as they hit you with a Freya skill, like a T4 Freya, 5 people are dead. Go off Aura is not the best option, but I think it's better than any other option you've got. So, as a Unity team, this gets maybe a 6, because you've got a low-level tank and a Medusa. Stephanus no Kurt is plus points. Benedict Verthandi is a great tank if you have no one better. Alright, so we'll move on. Is Gerald good? No, Gerald is terrible. This is Joe. Walnir is a great tank, yes. Use him. Alright. 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 Gerald is just trash, period. So this is... Oh, wait, it's not even Unity. Oh, man. Araz, no. Freya's really good. Man. I remember when this was the problem we had. This is the kind of team that we had when Phoenix first came out. This is when we discovered how good Phoenix was, but we didn't have good undead, so we just threw in Medusa and went off Aura with Phoenix. Wow. This is such a nostalgic team. Bold, are you still here? You remember when all of us had this team? Oh my god. Hester is terrible. Wow. This is so nostalgic. Bold will tell you, we all had this problem when Phoenix first came out because we did Unity with Medusa and Phoenix was amazing. So as people slowly got their copies of Phoenix, they're like, oh, Phoenix is good. So we threw Phoenix in, but we had to keep the Medusa because we spent so much on her because she was good back then. She was very good at 10 stars, but wow, okay. Olivia 250, not that good. Chase, my god. Okay, so Mike says switch Drow to Luna, and that is true. Do that. Luna is better at 8 stars than Drow. Yeah, Panda, totally we did. All of the people that got their Phoenix slowly went into a team like this. Now, we might have done this but with Mars and Monkey King, but that was the best team for the early Phoenix adopters, was just slightly off Unity with Phoenix. So I had this team, but it was Monkey King, Valkyrie, Mars, Phoenix, Medusa, and then probably Luna. That's what I had. I don't think Dro existed at that time, actually. Phoenix, Valkyrie might not have either. So probably I was using Ultima and Luna. Shude Mel was the first one to go when Phoenix first came out. 250 Vivienne as a tank? No. Alright, so with this team, you're fine. Just replace Ultima or Dro with Luna. Not much you can do with this, actually, until you get more copies of stuff. This is such a nostalgic team. But for where this is, probably a 7, because because ultimately at this point Unity will still do better because of the better heroes. Anything you can do with a 9 Monkey King? No. Honor. 6 Ultimas? You kill them, because they're very weak. Ultima is not a strong hero. Yeah, NDG. This is like just past that point. 10-star came out, then Phoenix came out, and we just slowly all evolved into this team. Wow, Jordan, your team is very nostalgic. Saizo at 10? Yes, if you have Skuld. If you don't have Skuld, Saizo is pretty bad. Alright, next is Maheshi. Your backpack after one guy. Okay, hold on. Nine-star max, no flags. Yeah, flags did not exist back then. Flags didn't even exist when 10-star first came out. So all of us early players that managed to make a whole bunch of 10 stars, we didn't have the flag issue that everybody else that came after had. We didn't need flags to get up to 9 stars. We didn't need flags to make our army of 9 stars that we all had. And we were able to just make 10-star one after the other early on. And then flags came out, and then things slowed down for everybody. Alright, let's see here. Oh, slightly better Unity team. The downside of this team... Did we need flags for 10 stars? You might be right. I don't remember. My own team, probably an 8. Bold says I should get a 9, but so we'll compromise and say maybe an 8.5. Because my team is the top level of Unity teams. Alright. Alright, Mahesi. So this is basically standard Unity, but Detlaf is trash at 8 stars. So Ben, no. Actually, one guy with 4 Phoenixes loses pretty badly sometimes. The fire, if they didn't add flags for it now, they won't in the future. Because they changed what was done. Big Boss, I don't think so. You can get so many with Tavern and Wheel and stuff and finishing events. I think 100's about fine. Remember, you can also buy some from the Planet Shop if you need for 150 gems each. It's okay in a pinch if you're desperate. So would I replace Shude with Detlef? Yes. At 10 stars, Shude is better. And Detlef is only better at T4. Not T1, not T2, not T3. Not 10 star. T4. That's the only point where Detlef becomes better than Shude Mel. Because before that point, his damage is not high enough to one-shot people, and therefore he doesn't snowball like he does at T4. Like, he doubled his skill damage at T4, so that's why he's so strong. Ragnarok or hit rate? Detlef doesn't need hit rate. He's a mage. Mages come with a native 25% hit rate. So Ragnarok is fine. Vegdrassi a good tank? Yes. So if you swap, tomorrow is a brand new collection event. As you can see, I've got the collection PSA here. And the best 5-star is probably Valkyrie or Skuld. Iyasu Paladin does not even go to 6 stars, so no, he's not good outside of peaks. Okay, so flags were needed back then. Vivienne 250, no. Not very good. I'm not even looking at your team anymore, sorry. Sana-sam. So replace Detlef with Shude, and this is a solid Unity team. Do I take away points for... No, I think this is fine. This is where people should be at this point. Detlef with Shude actually is better. So we'll give you a 7 now because Detlef is pretty trash. So a 7 now and a 7.5 if you had Shude. Reaper T4, not that good. Hey, Vank. Chimera, Detlef does better single target damage. Aegina is better hitting more than one person. So Detlef is much better for friend boss. Aegina is better pretty much everywhere else. Alright. Ben, that's up to you, actually. If you can save, pulling 2 or 3 rounds is better if you want to target specific heroes. But if that's not really your goal and your team is okay, then you can always just pull 1 round at a time. That's basically what I end up doing anyway. Alright, Aaron. Iman, how could I tell you that? How could I tell you that? My prediction? I don't want to predict. Could be Monkey King. Like a mid-tier hero. Could be anyone. Could be Lorelei. Could be Monkey King. Could be Detlef. Could be Lexar. Luna it won't be. Probably won't be Dro either. Won't be Themis. I hope it's not Themis. My favorite profession for peaks in general is clerics. Because I don't do well wanderers, mages. Because they're not good unless you get the top tier heroes in them. Alright, Aaron. And I have better luck with stats for Themis. Nope, you got a picture and that's all you got. Okay, well, this is basically what my alt looks like. Ripper? Anywhere you want. He's common and he's trash. He's often in heroic runes. So this is basically a solid Unity team. He made Phoenix and Valk T4. He went to shoot. I went to shoot too because I don't have Detlef on my alt. So this is pretty much exactly where my alt is. Although I have Scold. So we'll give you a nice 7.5, Aaron. You're waiting for copies and good luck. And I'm stuck in this same spot on my alt. It's just really hard to get fodder and gold souls, and there's nothing you can do. Oscar, you're not going to see good heroes as wheel rewards. Ever. I mean, the last one was like Medusa. One of them was Grand. I mean, you're not going to get anything better. So for wheel, you're not pulling for the hero. You're pulling for the moonstones. You're pulling for the purple. Honestly, the wheel is kind of a waste of event. Actually, you know what you're pulling for with wheel? Yellow skin shards. For anybody that doesn't have the 5 skin achievement, that's basically the only way to get yellow skin shards. So that's what you pull the wheel for. You're not pulling for the hero at the end. But moonstones and yellow skin shards, that's it. Alright. This is Stevie Jones. Hi, Randolph. Wow. Wow. Yeah, Vandet, you basically build them up very slowly from Tavern. 450. You don't need 450 tokens. You only need 320. And that would take you maybe 6 weeks. But who cares? You just skip it. It's not an important event. 10 Medusa or 8 Aegina, take the Medusa. 3 weeks you can usually get maybe like 80 or 100 wheel tokens. Depending on how aggressive you are with buying them. The timer is for me not getting distracted on team critique, so I don't spend 20 minutes on everybody in a row. Verthandi is a good tank at T4. If she's not tanking, she's trash. Shoot is not a good T4. Alright, so this was... Who was this? Stevie Jones. Here we go. So this guy really demolished his team. Like, you returned Verthandi for this? Guy, you need 320 to finish it, but because they give you 5 every day, you need like 287 on hand day 1 to finish it. And then that's assuming that you're spinning 110 spin every day, and on the final day you finish it up. Man, you demolished your team. The rest of your team must have been so trash. Alright, so this guy wins, loses. This is worse than Blacksmith because now you don't even have a tank to protect Verthandi. Or to protect Valkyrie. At least Sun had a Phoenix and Blacksmith had a Verthandi in front. You don't even have that. You have Valkyrie in front. Meaning now she's vulnerable to Freya regular attacks, Monkey King regular attacks, Shudmel doubly so, because you're guaranteed to hit her no matter what's on your team. So you have absolute trash supporting Valkyrie. So this has to be the loser team. This is worse even than Blacksmith. At least his team, the gimmick is decent. This one is not even. So you demolished a little bit too much for this team. I don't know what the rest of his bag looks like. Saul, yes, it should always be... It should always be star shards. Unless you got lucky and have multiple Tears of the Goddess. Alright, so Stevie's question is, should I take Verthandi to T4 and Freya T3? And the answer is yes to both of those. The answer is definitely yes to both of those. But it's not exactly cheap to take this Verthandi up, so you're probably going to struggle for a little bit. I mean, you're looking at like 350 million purple to do it from 0. And like, I don't know, 100 something million gold plus all the rune dust and all that. So that's a very expensive choice to make. I don't know what you have on hand because I can't see the rest of your resources, but this is the losing team. This one has nothing to back up his damage at all. If you have energy or Tears of the Goddess on this Valkyrie, that's probably the only way that this team has any chance, but even then, I don't think so. If their T4 is Detlaf or Freya, you're screwed. Alright. Oh, and that's the end of that. So Stevie Jones, you are the biggest loser so far. Congratulations. Wow, okay. Wow. Flasher, you really like your elf, huh? Constantine, it's worth it only if you've got somebody else to tank. Oscar, it depends on your player level. The max at level 121 plus is 360,000 gold and 140,000 purple. But if you are lower than level 121, then it's different for you. I believe I put the numbers in Discord, so... Iman, team submission is closed right now. But if you join the YT Team Critique channel, that's where you would put it normally. Okay, well... I mean, Grand has to be your tank, because you've got him and you don't have anyone better. What the heck? I just saw this Tiger King. What are you doing? How did you make Dro, Luna, Grand, and Tiger King 10 stars? Were you pulling Miracle Eyes and Elf? You are in no position to do that. They should be in heaven and hell at this time. They're not food because they're max level. Look at this. Look at... Oh, whoops. Can I zoom in the right way? No, I can't. Oh, wait, yes I can. No, I can't. I mean, they're max level. He took them to 250. Naveen, 1 to 2 hours later is fine. Just as long as you don't log in until after the event starts with 8 hours of idle time. So if you can't log in right at event start, then you might as well log out 7 hours before the event starts and then log in 1 hour later. Oh my god. Alright, so this is not a Unity team. It's got Grand of all heroes. And you've got Luna along with your Dro. VIP 3? Okay, then it's 10 hours. So 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then 1 hour after you log in. 9 hours before you stop and then This is a... Oh, man. This is like a 5.5. I think this guy made the mistake of thinking that because he's not VIP, he shouldn't have to pull in heaven and hell, and that was bad. Vandet, just fodder him. He's trash. So this is going to get a 5. 5.5 because at least you've got Phoenix and Freya. Shane, just because they are not available to log in right at start. That's all. Is he on my server? Oops. Now I'm curious. Ret's Jewel submissions are closed today. Sorry. Alright, let's find out here. How do I look at guilds? Ranking, Excalibur 2. Yep, I see him. I see him, EX Flasher. He is. So he is on my server, GT23. Wait, did I do my auto click already? Okay. So Flasher, you get a 5. 5.5, because at least you have Phoenix and Freya. Retstrul, yes. Through Discord is the way to go. Dragoon, who made it very, very clear that they are Wendy at YouTube. Wait, is he my teammate? No, I'm not in... I didn't join Team Arena this time. But he's in Excalibur 2, not Excalibur 1. There is a difference. But I can't attack him in Arena. So he is a semi-guildmate, yeah. Can I get up to 40? 3, 7, 10, 14, 17, 20, 24, 28, 31. So I'm at 31. I'm going to try and get to 40 and stop today. Tyler, what time does what start? Alright, so Wendy or Dragoon. No room on this line. Bold, actually, our big spender forgot to play Guild Wars last week. So I think they're kind of like whatever at this point. Honestly, I barely even belong in that guild. My alt is so weak. Alright, Dragoon. Man! This is the kind of people that win Arena, huh? Next week is Wheel plus a new collection event. Themis looks more like a skin for Dro, honestly. Ionescu, yes, you can use Phoenix as tank. T4 Freya is good. So this is about the same as Sun, which is, it's a team that works. VIP 13 is something like $20,000. Fodder Ripper for 10 Medusa. Yes, that's fine, but you want to fodder Medusa too. Convert Shoot for Detlaf? No. At 10 stars, Shoot is better. How much can you bet in Guild War? The maximum limit is only 500. So it's not exactly a lot. You're betting 500 to win up to 2,500. Alright, so we'll give this team a 5. It's basically the same as Sun's team. It's definitely a team that abuses other teams, and it's still better than Blacksmith's because he's got, or she, I guess, she at least has Phoenix and Detlaf and some other 8 stars to back it up. So this is again, a gimmick team that works. Oh, I forgot to start my timer. Oh well. So Dragoon, you get a 5, and you don't seem to be here, so oh well. T4 is any 10 star. Okay. Huh. Huh. Kidrima, if you're not in the next 9 people, I'm not getting to you today, sorry. So this is another Valkyrie where the rest of the team is not very good. So this is only slightly better than the team we just looked at because at least now you've got, you know, average level people behind it, 9 stars. So for the choices made, we'll say 5.5. I mean, it's a team that wins, but it's not exactly a good team. So 5 points for having a gimmick. Stevie's team is better. This team? No. Because this team also has a T4 Valkyrie with an actual tank. Monkey King is an actual tank, unlike this one, which has what? Where's your tank? Isn't it T3? No, this is a T4 Valk. It's not high, it's not max level, but it's T4. Mulan 7 a good tank? No. Mulan is not a tank. Yeah, well. Monkey King's a better tank than those two. Alright, we'll drop you down to a 5 then. I don't know, what do you think? Actually, if I gave Blacksmith a 4, and he at least had a T1 Verthandi, then this guy gets dropped too. We'll give you a 4. We'll put you at the same level of Blacksmith, with it, which is a gimmick team basically. But a gimmick team with more support than... actually, he's not that much better than this. Shude 10 is better than... Wait a minute. Shude 10 is better than Medusa 10. Huh. You know what? Who do I give the loser to? I feel like I have to... Naveen, at the 6-star tier, you can level up anyone you want. Verthandi should be like 8 stars and higher to be tank. This guy at least has Freya. This team is better. This one's better. I think Aoi is better. So we'll put you almost on his level. So say a 3.5. But I think this team is better than Stevie's. Because his support is better than this. Vandet, that's Degnant. From left to right, you really don't like Stevie, huh? Alright, Stevie, you are still the loser. Alka, you were only one level above. Hui, the team submission is closed today. Austin, who are you, actually? You're Urataka? Okay. Hui, you submit on Discord. All instructions are in the video description. Oka, you're making a gimmick team that it is... And I'm not rating gimmick teams high. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so you have Skulled 2 copies and enough Moonstones to buy 2 more. Nope, you gotta give up on Skulled for now. Work on Skulled later when you got more copies. Rithandi is fine. Skuld and Valkyrie attack. I look at the tier list. That's a very detailed question, actually. But simply Skuld attack rune, Tears of the Goddess, Valkyrie, defense break rune with Gospel Song, or storm attack rune with Ragnarok. Oscar, I kind of amalgamated stuff. Basically, people put together information, and I kind of consolidated what I know. There is no wiki, I believe. Alright, so Urataka. So this is basically a solid 7.5 unity team. You're not focusing on Skuld. Save your Moonstones to buy Star Shards. If you already have 2, then... Hi, Leo. If you already have 2 Star Shards, then you can start working on Skuld, but I would say Phoenix is more important. Detlaf, I'm using Crit Rate and Soul Torrent. You already have 2? Then at your point, Phoenix is more important than Skuld. Once you have Phoenix and Valkyrie, then slowly start working on Skuld. Shoodmel was not a great choice for T4, but what's done is done. We'll say a 7 just because your priorities for first T4s were not the best. Rune for Phoenix, Speed. 10 stars and up, use Speed. Ralph, you want Freya to be faster than Medusa. Alright, so Urataka, you get a 7. Oh man, if only 8 people at 4 minutes each, I could be done in half an hour. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Next is Joaquin. This is basically perfect 10-star level unity. So this is as good as it gets at this level. Naveen, it's up to you. There's no guarantee that you'll get a good deal during the anniversary. I couldn't tell you what to buy. We don't even know what they will sell. And this is a VIP 0 team. This is a perfect 10-star level. Ooh, this guy isn't going to be fighting T4s usually. Remember that if you have a T4, that means your opponents have T4s. This guy has 10 stars. He's only fighting other people that are 10 stars. Of course he'll lose to T4 people, but he's not playing on their level. So this I would give a good 7.5. This is a perfect base Unity team for this level. This is exactly what anybody at 10 stars would try to have. Almost exactly these heroes even. Almost exactly these heroes. The level cap there, I don't know. You reach the final story level at 393, but I don't know if anybody is higher than that yet. So Joaquin, this is a good team. Great team for where you are. With Skuld at 10, it's perfect. Your first one to go higher than this is Valkyrie. Valkyrie, then Skuld, then probably Freya, then Phoenix. In that order. That's the best order to go T4. Godslayer, I mean, his decisions are great. Well, you know what? Because it's higher, it's actually really good. Let's give him an 8.5. He chose good heroes to work with. He didn't... Nothing's uneven. It's a solid base team. So, yeah. We'll give you an 8.5. Which is basically where my team would be. The hero... Because I have almost these heroes, except I have Monkey King instead. So, there you go. Frazier, I'm rating teams of all star levels. Doesn't matter how new or old a player you are. The ratings are all in similarity compared to people that would be at your level. So this is Anthony. Like, look at this guy. This is this compared to a T4 team. Oh man, Saizo. Oh man, Kurt. Okay, this guy gets a 0. Ralph, they're both pretty bad. Reaper is better, but they're both bad. Alright, so if you're gonna go off Aura anyway, I think Reaper is better than Saizo at highest level. Because you don't have Skuld, so Saizo... Also, Saizo is only 8 stars. 10 Shude versus 9 Aegina. Probably still Shude, but that one's hard to say. I give him a 0 because he has more copies of Kurt than me. Good night, Big Boss. Thanks for stopping in. Alright, so you went way off Aura, which is fine. But I think... Probably the Reaper is better than the Saizo. Just because he's a higher star level. So it's not Unity, but it's got pretty good heroes. Detlaf or Reaper? Detlaf is trash before T4. So... I mean, for team composition, probably a 6.5. You've got an okay tank. You've got good heroes, but low level. Your star difference is going to hurt because you can't advance from this without some amazing luck. So you are actually very stuck with this team. So you don't have the aura to save you, and you don't have... you have no healing whatsoever, actually. Well, you have Valkyrie, but that's not really enough. Alright, so Anthony gets a 0, but it's also a 6. Valkyrie is not exactly a team-carrying healer, because she doesn't heal until someone dies. So her healing is not very clutch. Phoenix only heals when he dies, so he is extremely not clutch. Alright, next is GG Thug Money. Chong, I don't know how many I'm going to get to. I'm hoping to stop at 40, though. Which means 4 more. What hero type benefits the most from Star Shards? Anybody that's got a good hard crowd control. That has Silence, Stun, Petrify, or Freeze. Man, did I not see this exact same team? These people with their... Well, he's got Unity. He's got a low-level tank. Ralph, the team makeup doesn't matter. Use whatever has good synergy. You can have 5 clerics, you can have 5 wanderers. It doesn't matter as long as they're decent heroes. Guy, Freya's a good one to put it on, yes. Alright, well, the rest of the team is average level. The Freya is not T4, so he hasn't demolished too much. I don't know. I'll give him a... It's not even a matter of he demolished his team. He just had no team. But he's got an aura, so let's give him a 5. A 4? 4.5? 5? Actually, I can give him a 5.5. It's better than average. If he fights other people at the same level, 5, 5.5. We'll say 5. Because he... Actually, we'll say 5.5. The reason for that is because he went out of his way, or he did not demolish anything to make this team, and it is a natural progression that his team ended up this way, and that's a very solid decision to make. So for making good decisions, we give him bonus points of not aiming for the gimmick. The gimmick is there, but not as destructive as before, as other people. Hi, Chi. So extra points for not going out of your way to gimmick it and foddering everything good. Next is Lamp, who I believe is Gabriel. He sent me a DM, actually. What did he say? Oh my god. Take it easy, Leo. Alright, let's see here. Good night, Anthony. Thanks for stopping in. Berthandi is a little bit low level to be the tank, and you went off aura for Reaper. instead of... Wow, how did you end up with no horde whatsoever? Not even Medusa? How did you end up with no Medusa? Everybody gets a Medusa. They give new players a Medusa. How did you end up with no Medusa? Like, you couldn't have even foddered her because you didn't make any horde at all. How did you do this? How did you do this? That's amazing. Fraser, it is 10:55 p.m. for me. Wow. How did you... Really, how did you do this? That is quite crazy. Okay, so, you went off Ara for a bad hero. Your tank is low level, and the team is decent, but so it's better than average, but worse than good Unity. So we'll say a 6. Hi, Anime Dubs. Say a 6. Minata, all instructions are in the video description. It's on Discord, but team critique submissions are closed for this stream. I've still got a lot of people ahead that I can't even get to today. So Gabriel, well, you get a 6 for... I really am curious how you managed to have 0 horde whatsoever at all. Like, this level of inequality in horde doesn't seem physically possible. Like, no 5 stars at all. What did you do with them? I don't understand. Oh well. Next is Masood, who looks like he's running Windows 95 with that taskbar. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what to do with this. You need a tank. You do not have a tank at all. Monkey King is your option, but you're working on Freya, so you don't have the fodder for Monkey King. So who do you have? Tiger King, but Tiger King's trash. You need to find a tank. Ultima does not tank before 10 stars. Ultima dies very fast before 10 stars. Medusa, Freya, Aegina in a single team. Yeah, that's fine. Poison and bleed is not enough to win a battle, though. So the Petrify is not bad. So as a new player, this is not a bad team. But I will warn you that by choosing to make this Lindbergh 7 stars, you may never get the 3rd copy of Lindbergh. So I advise push hard for feathers and get Verthandi instead. D-Light, actually a lot of people use Lorelei, but she's very rare. More rare than Dro, because she came out later. Most people ended up using Luna or Dro because they're easier to get. So you committed very hard into a hero that you may not be able to continue using. So I would suggest you work on Verthandi and find a tank. If you make Verthandi, you can replace Centaur and use Verthandi as the tank, hopefully at 8 stars plus. But good luck. You are lacking heroes. So this team as it stands is a very, very weak unity. Is honestly not better than the last team we looked at, which got a 6. So we'll say 6. No, 5.5 because you have no tank. So this is a very strong struggling team, or a very struggling team to, because it's T3 Shude to Aegina. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I feel like Shude has potential. NZT, you join by posting on Discord. However, submissions are closed for this round. All instructions are in the video description below. Okay. Chong, you say do up to you, but you're like 12 people down. So no, I'm not going to go that far, sorry. I just can't bring it in me to fodder or get rid of Shude. I still feel like eventually there's going to be a reason to use her again. I just don't see it. But for anybody that already made her, I can see the draw to foddering her. I just don't see it. Then you might as well convert her or return her. I still would keep the copies around though for the potential to make her at a later time. Oh man. You went off Aura for a Medusa and a Reaper? Okay. So I would say try to work on Verthandi to replace Reaper. But you are going to be going off Aura for a long time because until the rest of your team catches up to 10 stars, you're stuck with the Phoenix and the Medusa. So the only advice I have is work on Verthandi, and if you have 2 star shards already, then you can start maybe buying copies of Valkyrie. Dro is marginally better than Lorelei 10 stars up. Use Valkyrie? No. Possibly to buy Valkyrie? Maybe, but maybe not. It kind of depends. Think about it only after you have 2 energy artifacts. Darshan, this timer is so that I don't spend 20 minutes on every team like I have been known to do. So this is an off-Aura team, not great. But you've got a tank, so you're better than Masood. So we'll give you a 6. Work on Verthandi. Make her your tank. Someone this far along should have plenty of feathers or progress. Well, you've got the copies, so next time Miracle Eyes comes around, make sure you're pulling in Heaven and Hell and try to get Verthandi up. Alright, next is SFD. Justin, I will not. If I went through all of them, my stream would be 10 hours long. I can't do it. Hi, Goku. Luna Treasure Store is the Moonstone shop. So just go into shop and look at the Moonstone shop. That is the Luna Treasure Store. So SFD did the same thing, but oh, this is a good night, guy. Now, I like the idea of doing a 24-hour stream, But I would get so sick of team critique doing that all day long. I couldn't. I just couldn't. I had one day where I streamed like 12 hours in the day, but that was Neo and FF7. T4 shoot over T4 Detlef? No. Alright. Kidrima will be the last one. Verth tank and veg back, that's fine. I think I don't have the following to do that kind of a stream, so that's okay. Okay, so this is a Unity team with good focus, with decent heroes. The Dro is a little bit unfortunate, but it's fine. Afara is only good if you have really good heroes. If you don't have good heroes, you're better off keeping an Ara. So this team is a good 7.5. Shoot for Luna? No. It's a solid Unity team with good heroes, good choices minus the shoot. Solid. Ivaras, are you here? Ivaras or Lester. If you're not here, then I will end with Kidrima. Chongjong, I put a note in the channel, actually. But probably it'll be 2 weeks from now. I do not know what day. At T4, Phoenix's skill doesn't miss. It's decent. It's not as major of a change as some of the other heroes, but it's still pretty good. 10 Medusa or 10 Ripper? Take Medusa. Ripper is terrible. Okay, since Ivaras is not here, we're going to end with this. Kidrima, you are the last one for today. Kidrima here. So let's see. So, as someone actually just said, you should probably use Phoenix as your tank and throw Vegvasir in the back. Vegvasir in the back gives higher chance to freeze, and Phoenix tanks just fine. So using him in the back is basically as a better crowd controller. As far as team order, then you would have probably Phoenix, then I don't know, Phoenix, then maybe Vivienne, then Shude, and then Veg, then Verthandi, then Freya, something like that. If Verthandi hits 9 stars next, make her your tank instead of Phoenix. But for now, your main idea is just to put Veg in the back. Saul, there are no good soul shop purchases after Freya. Maybe Detlef if you plan to make him. Otherwise, Luna if you're still trying to get her to 10 stars. And after that, nobody's good. So, just as a recap, Phoenix tank, Veg in the back. If Verthandi hits 9 or 10, put her as tank and throw Phoenix somewhere else. First hero to get rid of is Veg. Second to get rid of is Vivienne. Both of those gotta go. Abhishek, tanks gotta be in front, and then your squishiest heroes after them. The front 2 slots, these two slots are usually the ones that take the least amount of hits. Oops, that wasn't even for you. These 2 slots take the least amount of hits. And so you put your weakest heroes there. So this team gets maybe a 7 because it's a weak Unity team. No, we'll say 6.5 because you have Veg and Vivienne. The best crowd control heroes: Mars, Freya, Aegina. Yeah, pretty much those 3 are the best. There's not a lot of great crowd control available at T4. But that's about what it is. All right. So, our biggest loser today was Stevie Jones. This is the team. Let me go and give him the role. Oh, there was a runner-up. Runner-up then will be Aoi, right? Aoi is the runner-up. Auka. So I'm gonna give those rolls. And no hard feelings, it's just a roll. It's not something for people to make fun of you for. It's just that you made the worst decisions at this time. Quan, all streams are uploaded to YouTube later. Is Freya better than Mars? At T4, yes. At 10 stars, no. Oops, it's not title, it's role. Okay. Squalzy, that's pretty much it. Hi, Rocket Master. How do you have a 10-star hero? You gotta get lucky with a lot of fodder. And you'll also need a lot of flags and gold souls to do it. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for me tonight. This stream does get uploaded to YouTube, so it'll be there in a few hours, and then the whole thing will be there. We are 3.5 hours in, and my voice is actually starting to go, so I probably should call it here. Wow, Jort, you're still here? Alright, good night guys. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow we will look at the new event. Remember, look at this PSA. Do not log in starting 8 hours at least before the next event starts. Next event starts in... Oops. Next event starts in 17 hours. So starting 8 hours from now, 9 hours from now, VIP 0 should stop logging in. Don't log in until after the event starts. So please keep that in mind. If you do that, you will get an extra 8 to 12 hours, whatever your VIP. You'll get an extra amount of masks, and that never hurts. If you really care about Team Arena, then you can play it that way, but it's not worth it. Oops. Oh no, I missed the monster. Wait, no, I didn't. Wait, I gotta get my monster. Give me my 200 gems. Give me my 200 gems. Wow, this one does not want to show up. And I did do a video on how to do this. You just got to change your familiar. Oh, there it is. You just got to change your familiar. It applies to all familiars. Oh, if you only have one. Oh, there's 200 gems. Thanks, Shaky. Thanks so much. Goblins don't steal anything. If you only have one, you just have to... I don't think you can do it with one, unless you can remove it from battle, and I don't think you can. So I guess if you have only one, you can't do the trick. With one, you can change map. Like that? Oh, that's a good trick. Wait, really? I don't know. Change stage? Okay. That's a little bit more involved. A little bit more involved, but that seems tough. But you don't need to be very far into the game to get two familiars, so probably. Okay, so if what they're saying is true, then all you gotta do is just go to a different stage and do it that way. But to know which monster is the rare one, if you swap it 10 times and it's one monster 9 times and one monster 1 time, you know what your rare monster is. So that's how you know. Alright guys, good night, thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. And thanks again, Shaky. Do I play Fortnite? I do not play Fortnite. I want to try it one day, but I've never played it before. Good night guys, see you next time.